Is Amber Heard lying? Well, what does her handwriting tell us? Hello, and welcome to this channel where we discuss graphology. In my first video about Amber Heard's handwriting, I've been covering the main aspects of her personality. For this second video, I'm going to focus on the signs that could indicate that she does not always tell the truth and doesn't mind arranging reality the way that suits her best. So I'm going to use the same documents from the court exhibits, and please bear in mind that I haven't had a chance to examine the original documents, so we have to remain cautious about the conclusions drawn from these mere screenshots. Nevertheless, I think that we can gather some interesting hypotheses. In handwritings, there are signs that a person may have difficulties telling the truth, and a cluster of those signs will ring an alarm bell concerning the way they deal with the truth. So, if you see those signs, be aware that this person may not be completely straightforward and trustworthy. But of course, just one of these is not enough. Okay, you need more to draw those conclusions. You need a lot of them. So let's look at Amber Heard's handwriting, and there it is, as I had shown it previously in the other video. Well, first of all, the writing gesture seems slow to me. It also seems to slow down in some places, meaning it is not a genuine spontaneous gesture, but that she takes some time to produce the impression required. I mean, the impression that she wants to give. It's not always the case in her handwriting, but as we have seen before, handwriting is very irregular, so speed also is irregular. And there is a sense of controlling what one wants to show to others. Okay? This is not lying per se, but it means the outcome has been filtered in some way to match what she desires to show. So there is some kind of chosen fabricated persona. It is not a rigid persona, meaning it changes, it can change. And as we have seen in the other video, she's also very impulsive. And I think she can be both. Sometimes very controlling in what she wants to convey, and sometimes overwhelmed by her emotions and getting carried away by the way she feels. In fact, she has a very complex, ambivalent personality. And the confusion that we can see and we have seen before in her handwriting equates how confused her feelings can be, her thoughts even, giving all the mood swings I already mentioned. We can also notice the exaggerations. Here you can see some of them, especially in the lower zone, which translates as not being able to see things as they are, but blowing things out of proportion, being obsessed with unimportant details, and also having a lot of fantasies, imagining things. Well, I think she might have a pretty wild imagination, but doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't use it in a creative way. She's rather embarrassed by it, and maybe sometimes obsessed by some things that some fantasies that she has. So it remains as some kind of daydreaming fantasies and things that may be obsessive. I already mentioned that her judgment is faulty, biased, very subjective. And this means that, well, if you cannot grasp what the reality you're in is, well, truth will be difficult to get at. And what she considers as the truth, maybe we could call that her truth. Well, that's what she said, I think, in court. Could be very different from what everybody else agrees as being the truth. So that's what the global pointers in her handwriting tell us. Then we have the insincerity signs, more specific signs. that can be found in the handwriting, like hooks, regressive or leftward gestures of all kinds, double closed ovals, and reversed letters. Well, all these signs may indicate secretiveness, a way to protect oneself by keeping information for oneself, hiding things, and being dishonest. But you need to find a lot of these in handwriting to draw these conclusions. And here we have, quite a lot of those. So I'm going to show you some of them. Here you have, for example, the hooks. Some very often in the beginning of the I, and also at the end of some letters. Like here you have the G, which is ends with a hook. We also have the double closed ovals, like these here. You can see also spirals and retracing, meaning coming back on the letter with a pen, like you have this in the C's here, and in other letters. I'm just showing you some examples. But this is very, there are a lot of those in her handwriting. And also we have all the regressive gestures, meaning leftward gestures, like you can see here with the end of the S that goes back, that goes up and then a little bit left, it's the end of the G's that goes leftward, and it doesn't go back to the line, it just hangs like this to the left, like here. Here we have a lot of these really. Here you have this little T trapped in a big loop. That's kind of really weird. And then you have the D that goes also leftward and doesn't come back to the line. Okay, so those are many signs that can point to having difficulties with telling the truth. So is she lying? Well, she could be. I really think that we can say that she's not the most straightforward or trustworthy person. She really wants to make an impression and have people believe her, and she can be very persuasive, even seductive, to have people believe her and side by her. But I also think that I would ask a question. Does she know what the truth really is? I'm not sure, not always. I think she might kind of believe her own lies, or maybe too confused sometimes to really acknowledge what is true and what is not, what she has been fabricating, imagining, and what is just the plain reality. So I think she might sometimes get trapped in her own twisted lies or reality, whatever. And as I said previously, I really think she needs psychological help, which I hope she gets at some point. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if so, please like and subscribe. Write your thoughts and questions in the commentaries below. I'd be happy to answer, and tell me if you would be interested in other and more videos. Bye bye.